Greetings everybody, welcome to G4G here on YouTube. What you see on the screen is the encounter list, and the reason why the encounter list is up is because Goofy has gotten us a new version of the game. This is version 0.0.0.3, actually 3 zeros, 0.0.0.3. So you can tell by that naming convention we are still definitely in an alpha. So before I get into some of these encounters here so you can see the progress and everything like that, there are several things I want to establish before I actually get into the meat of the video. And that is, no, you cannot have this particular version that you see on the screen. You simply need to be patient and wait until a public release is out there for the masses, and that will be most likely a public beta. The alpha is going to be limited testing. Later alpha might increase in numbers, but you probably will not get this in your hands until it is a beta. So please stop asking me where you can get this game. The other thing you need to stop asking me is, when can you play this game? The answer is, we don't know. The real answer is when Goofy is good and ready for you to play it. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not mouthpiecing for Goofy. I'm not speaking for him. This is not his attitude. This is simply my attitude, because of all the videos that I go through, and I kind of stated in the beginning, this is an alpha, you're not going to be able to play it, blah blah blah. There are still questions about it, and mostly it's from when English is a secondary language. I just want to make that clear. You cannot have this game. Yes, it will come out, but I cannot give you a date because there is no date. To quote the famous era of UT99 at Epic Games, it's ready when it's ready. That's all that I can say about that. But I'm going to give you guys a pretty nice slice over here. So we're going to go and look at the encounter list, and we're going to look at the hero list. Now, most of the videos I've done, I've only gone up to about 13 or 14 in terms of the heroes, and it's always been random. So this time we're actually going to try and build some teams here. So we're going to go with 24 and 26 for Storm and Thor. And, you know, for the hell of it, let's do Cap. So we're going to do 5 for Cap. And then the next two are going to be 24 and 26. Alright, there's 24. I'm going to bust my mouse getting up to 26 over here. And now looking at the encounter list, let's go with Viper at 9. That's a pretty easy start over here. And we're also going to have some decent status effects in this one. Now, this is the first time that I'm going to be playing around with 0.0.0.3. One recommendation that I would make for Goofy is that the current version number is perhaps displayed like maybe in one of these empty slots over here. This way, when the limited alpha testers do videos, he knows that we are getting it right and that we are doing content videos on the most recent version. I think Goofy has other clues when he sees the videos, but it still would be pretty helpful. Alright, so it looks like Storm's abilities are in the proper order, so that's good. I do believe name targeting is going to be in this one, so we'll take a look. Alright, there we go. So you have body targeting, and you have health bar targeting. Now, as I've said in previous videos, one of the reasons why we like the health bar targeting is that there were certain characters that were very, very big on the screen, like Cloak and Dagger, and more. Did that do anything? Or was that the Protective Shroud one? That might have been Protective Shroud. People like Angel were so huge that when they were put in the... That crashed. When he was put in the center of the screen, it was actually very hard to click around him and get to other targets. And that actually, I mean, it was never considered an exploit or a bug, but a lot of times it was done very deliberately to make it harder in PvP. So we're going to go with, again, 5, 26, 20, 24, 26, but we'll do a different boss over here and see if things go a little bit better. I always do find it interesting that when you see an encounter hose up like that, they don't get frozen, because it shows you that the game isn't freezing up, but it's something else that's doing it. So we'll do something random, but we'll get into higher numbers because we were dealing with lower numbers in previous videos. So let's see, 24. Okay, so we got some aim guys over here. Hit points for Cap and Thor pretty good. Storm's a little bit lower. We still don't see classes or anything over here. So let's go ahead and get out a leading strike on the admin. Now remember, I have mentioned high villain damage in the past, but there is something to consider over here, and it took me a while to realize this until I happened to see it as a Facebook comment from Goofy and others. These heroes are non-ISO'd and they're non-leveled. They're whatever this generic level is for these people, so that also is a consideration. So if you see a hero getting smacked around by the enemies a little bit, that's actually not really that bad because the hero is generic and hasn't been customized yet. Face shot. I definitely remember that one. Cap through some AoE. Oof, wow. Okay, that I admit is a little much. That's a 5,000 hit over there, and that's on Cap. That's oof. And then poor Thor as a god does that for damage. Yeah, okay, that's Blizz. Okay, so Blizzard seems to be acting but is not doing damage. And we've hosed up. Okay, I think I'm going to avoid Storm. Let's try and iron a War Machine Hawkeye fight. So 1-3-27. I actually believe that's the order of heroes is the way they were in the game. Hulk, Human. Yeah, I think that was the release order over there. So 1-3-27, and let's go with, I think I've heard Destroyers are a little buggy. 27. 1-3-27-27. That's what we're gonna do on this one over here. A couple other questions that get asked repeatedly, and I really hate having to repeat this one because this one is one that seems obvious. No, you're not going to have the progression that you had when this was on Facebook, and I've said this one about 100 times myself, but I'll definitely say this one again. There is an impossibility for us to get that data, and if you think about it, you wouldn't want somebody like Goofy to have that data, because that means that he got access to the back-end database stored on Playdom servers, and that's not good. That would expose a lot of information. So yes, everybody is going to start back at square zero. Now, before I dive into the next fight, a lot of things have been coming up lately, like what is the speed we're going to go through this game, how are we going to get gear, how are we going to get some of those awesome weapons that were literally iconic for Marvel Avengers Alliance, things like the Coulson's Revenge, the Mystic, the the cube and everything like that. God, the name is like weather control device, and of course the one with light, fantastic. And I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, because yeah, it was just the cube, I think. But anyway, yeah, the cube Tesseract device was that was a formable one. But you know, people are like, how do you get these iconic things and everything like that? And, you know, how are we going to get our gold and CP? Well, there's been a lot of discussion on the Facebook as to the roulettes being a source for that. I'm all up for defining one roulette in there somewhere, whether it's the end of a chapter or the end of Mission 3 to Spec Ops, that at least one roulette has high-powered items. Now, Goofy has stated his roulettes will not be skewed. If you remember what it was like in Marvel Avengers Alliance, and your roulette would come up, there were 9 slots, there would be the thing you wanted, there would be a second thing that was pretty solid, and then 7 items would be trash. You'd have like 7 trash items, a second place item, and the best thing out there. You would think it's a 1 in 9 chance, just like rolling a dice is a 1 in 6 chance. However, it is weighted. Nowadays, with things like Star Wars Battlefront and the Netmarble loot box debacle and everything like that, it has come to light that, you know, these things have certain percentages. Visually, you were tricked visually into believing, oh, I have a 1 in 9 chance. And as anybody who played Marvel Avengers Alliance long enough knew that when that roulette spun, no, your chances were not 1 in 9. As a matter of fact, the actual act of the gold box going through the options was strictly graphical. It did not determine your outcome. Your outcome was determined the millisecond you clicked, but you were forced to sit through the gold box moving around like big bucks, no whammies, stop. I mean, that was intentional. It was designed to make you feel like you had a chance and feel legitimately like you were gambling. In Goofy's version, that will not be the case. A roulette with 9 slots is going to be a 1 in 9 chance of getting anything on there. So if you had a roulette at the end of a chapter, let's say, ow, still getting a little crushed here, and that roulette has a Mystic, has a Coulson's Revenge, has a can opener, a Magi, a Trigger Man, or something like that, you would have a chance of getting that gear. And it was my idea in a poll recently that at least one of the roulettes be legitimately high-powered, whereas a lot of other roulettes have things like gold and CP and shield points and everything. Now, there is another thing to consider with this, and I'll get into that in 1 second. So let's try Kitty. Let's go X-Men over here. Wolverine, Kitty, and Phoenix. So we're going to go 14, 19, 28, and we'll just pick 20. 14, 19, 28, and 20. Let me dial in my things over here. 14, 19, 28, and 20. So one method that I've been thinking of for this game, and it's a method I'm sure a lot of us out there are going to be familiar with. Do you remember the Borderlands style of getting loot? So in other words, you encountered a boss in Borderlands and they had a chance to drop the very special thing that you always wanted. I think that could be, I mean, that is what Marvel Avengers Alliance did, is at the end of going through a mission, you fought a boss, and there was the one good thing on the roulette. And that's what you were probably fighting. Ooh! Ooh, spicy damage, damn. Ooh! House of M has happened. Scarlet Witch has depowered my poor mutant team over here. They just... Oh, okay. We're not doing that fight again. Let's try fight 11. Yikes. Can we do some mystic stuff? No, okay, wait a minute. Doctor Strange, Iron Fist, and Nightcrawler. We'll throw him in there. That's a weird one. 9, 13, 18, 11. 9, 13, 18, 11. 9, 13, 18, 11. Okay, so the way in which we do Marvel Avengers Alliance is a lot like the Borderlands style. You get into a zone, you fight through the zone, aka the lead-up missions, you get to the boss, the final mission, you kill the boss, and he, she, or it does or doesn't drop the loot that you're looking for. If it doesn't, you leave the zone, you save the game, you get out, you come back in, you reset it, and you try and farm the boss again. And you have to wind up going through the missions to get there. Really, if you boil down to it, that is kind of exactly like Marvel Avengers Alliance, except for the fact that once you've cleared everything in Marvel Avengers Alliance, you skip to the boss. So if there's 6 missions in a chapter, and it's that very final guy that has the gear that you want, you just go right to mission 6, rather than having to go through the whole thing. I don't mind hitting a non-weighted roulette that has a legitimate 1 in 9 chance of dropping the thing that I want to get, failing, and then going back and do it again, because that is the very crux of an MMO in these games. I mean, who remembers gear in Final Fantasy where you ran into a boss and you had to steal something or mug them for it and it didn't happen? Like, you couldn't get it during that fight, and then you wind up winning the fight. What do? You reset the console, you restore from the last save, you fight the guy again, and you try to get the mug off or the steal off and get that thing like a ribbon or an onion sword or whatever. So let's just go. We'll go random on this one here. You know, it's so bringing that method back, I think is perfectly fine. This is a little melee heavy. This is interesting. I think this should go to our intrepid heroes over here. You know, I totally think there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a unweighted roulette and just, you know, farming somebody for it. And just doing a fight over and over until you get it again. The good thing is, if the roulettes are not weighted, you at least know the deck is not stacked. And damn. Welcome back, Danny Rand. Good God. You know, for as bad as Luke Cage was always considered a Marvel Avengers Alliance, called the Eternal Quinjet pilot, his animations and his sounds, I thought, were always good. Like, I actually like watching Luke do stuff in combat in this game. I mean, just, you know, watch the... Well, that's the big hit, not the multi-hit, but his multi-hit ability, I think, is pretty cool. Let's try and dial up a Satan fight over here. We'll go 6, 6, 6... 6, and we'll just pick a random encounter over here. So let's see what the Satan encounter is. Let's try 6, 6, 6, 6, 22. Colossus is Satan. There you go, guys. Deadpool 3 confirmed. Colossus is Satan. Plunk. Ooh, that's, damn. Big hit by Satan. I feel like I'm a basketball announcer over here. Satan in the paint. Ooh, and a big box out. I'm Satan. Let's do Satan +1. Which sounds like a very interesting indie movie that probably has Aubrey Plaza in it. This coming soon to a theater near you. Satan +1. Speaking of that, I don't know. I don't know when season 3 of Legion is going to be, but they have said that season 2 of Gifted will be in December. No, Runaways? What is it? One of them they said recently is going to be in December. I've watched Gifted, I've watched Runaways, I've watched them all. I finally was able to complete the full season. I like both of them so much. I really, really do like Runaways, and Gifted was pretty good. I do want to start catching up on Cloak and Dagger. The thing is, I know I have to pull it up on Terrarium TV because I don't have Freeform, I think is that one. So, let's go full visor off. Pretty solid hit. So apparently Satan +1 Cyclops. Crits are big. That crit modifier was big. Alright, so that was a fun fight. Let's go with Mini Satan. I think 3s are what, Hawkeye? So we'll do a half Satan. And we'll do fight 15, see what this is like. Yup. This is... That poor Hydra burner does not know what it's in for. Oh, okay. Apparently Center Hawkeye doesn't know what he's in for. Can you imagine just pinpoint target level 1, pinpoint target level 1, pinpoint target level 1? Wow. Center Hawkeye. I'm Spartacus. Apparently I'm Spartacus Hawkeye and the center is gonna take... Okay. So, there's some more fights over there. This is version 0.0.0.3. This is the encounter list over here. Heroes 1 through 28 are in the game, so currently in the alpha that we can play around with is, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Black Cat, Captain America, Colossus, Cyclops, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Iron Fist, Kitty Pryde, Luke Cage, Mr. Fantastic, Miss Marvel, Nightcrawler, Phoenix, She-Hulk, Sif, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Storm Thing, Thor, War Machine, and Wolverine. Just before we go, let's get a little bit of fan service out here. We'll bring out the butt squad. So let's go 21, 23, 21. For all the single guys, all the single guys. Uh-oh. 21, 23, 21. Alright, and we will pick encounter 25. Here it is, folks. It's the butt squad. Let's see if the butt squad can survive the battle. I wonder if a lot of people are picking the center hero. I wonder if that's what the enemy targeting's doing. Let's see. If it's not an AoE, it's going to be very interesting to see if people keep picking Spider-Woman. Nope, okay, good. That's good to see. This is Sif, my American girlfriend. Well, she's not American, but for the sake of the video, this is Sif, is my American girlfriend. Nice. Remember when you saw that abilities Kurth in PvP and you were like, oh crap, I'm going to be attacking my team for a half hour now. Can I... Yay, inspire courage. Throw that sword. Are we gonna survive? Yeah, alright. So the AoE damage on this one's been pretty nice. Inspire courage. Okay, cool. Everybody's buffed. Are we gonna get out of the fight? Are we gonna get out of the fight with nobody dying? Oh, top Sif is about ready to lose it. Ah, he poisoned out. Okay, so there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, to wrap up, no, you can't get access to this game. No, we don't know when it's out. Yes, things will be much, much closer to the Facebook playable game when it comes out. This is a tester build. This is so people like myself, Twig, and others can do videos, show Jason how things run on other machines, get to see the encounters, get to see where they lock up. Maybe we pull interesting combinations that Jason didn't think of. And I mean, Jason is just one dude. Play Dom couldn't even think of all the combinations that we would do with things like high. Remember the Cosmic Shield when it was a free action and barely cost any stamina, and you can just put it on defense and the agent would spam the shit out of it, and you'd be sitting there 6 years later running your offensive team going, really? 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 I've grown a beard since this fight started. Forget it. I'm quitting. So, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Keep staying tuned to the channel for more material from Marvel Avengers Alliance. Of course, Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Future Fight. Believe it or not, the Marvel Match 4 game, the Connect 4, that game's actually kind of sort of fun in a little bit way because of the deck building part of it. It's not out yet. I've done one video on it. I may do more. Personally, things have changed a little bit life-wise over here because World of Warcraft's Battle for Azeroth expansion dropped on Monday. We're in our second day. This is my leveling phase over here where I got to get geared up for raiding and running the guild and everything like that. So that consumes a lot of time, and the first raid comes out September 4th. So I and my guild need to be ready by that point in time. So that, of course, changes timing a little bit. So thanks a lot for checking out the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the brand of off humor over here. And, of course, if you haven't already done so, feel free to subscribe to the channel and ask any questions in the comments below that are not, when is the game coming out? Can I get access to it? And that also means the same thing for questions like how I play, who, what, when I play. I play now. You give link. No, I don't give link. I give exit video stage left. See ya.